Most engines don't fail because they're old. They fail because their owners trusted bad advice. Factory maintenance schedules aren't designed to help your car reach extreme mileage. They're designed to lower ownership costs on paper and push you into the next purchase. That's why one engine dies at 120,000 miles, while another quietly passes 500,000 without ever being opened. I'm breaking down 17 proven habits real mechanics follow to keep engines alive far beyond their expected lifespan. These aren't theories. These are survival rules. We're starting from the most ignored habit and working our way to the most important. Habit number 17, the 5,000-mile oil rule. If you're following the factory oil change interval, you're already shortening your engine's life. That 10,000-mile or once-a-year rule isn't about durability. It's about marketing. Fresh oil is the single most important factor in long-term engine survival, and waiting too long destroys engines quietly. Sludge forms, additives break down, and metal-on-metal wear starts long before you hear a noise. Short trips, traffic, heat, and dust make it even worse. Real-world engines last longest when oil is changed every 3,000 to 5,000 miles, always with a quality filter. Dark oil means it's already overdue. Ignore the brochure. Follow the wear. Habit number 16. Change transmission fluid before it's too late. Lifetime transmission fluid is one of the most expensive lies in the automotive world. Fluid doesn't last forever. Heat breaks it down. Friction material contaminates it. Metal shavings slowly circulate through the system with every shift. The transmission may still feel fine, but damage is already happening. Waiting until it slips means the wear is complete. Drain and fill service every 50,000 to 60,000 miles keeps internal parts alive and pressures stable. Never flush neglected fluid. Always use the exact manufacturer-specified fluid, not universal blends. Clean fluid protects valves, clutches, and bearings. Dirty fluid grinds them away silently. Habit number 15. Reset the coolant clock. Coolant doesn't fail suddenly. It fails quietly. Over time, it becomes acidic and corrosive, eating away at seals, gaskets, and the water pump from the inside. Most drivers only notice when the engine starts running hot or coolant keeps disappearing. By then, internal damage has already begun. Old coolant clogs heater cores, weakens hoses, and accelerates head gasket failure. To prevent this, flush the cooling system every 3 to 5 years, regardless of mileage. Always use the exact coolant type specified for your engine. Mixing formulas creates sludge. Clean coolant controls temperature. Old coolant destroys engines. Habit number 14. Respect the timing belt deadline. Timing belts don't give warnings. They don't squeal or slowly fade. They snap. And when they do, the engine usually doesn't survive. Manufacturer intervals are written to survive the warranty period, not to protect you from catastrophic failure. Heat, oil vapors, and age weaken belts long before the listed mileage. Even low-mileage cars are at risk because rubber degrades over time. A belt that looks fine can still fail under load. Inspect timing belts early and replace them conservatively. When you do, replace the tensioner and related components together. One skipped service can end the engine instantly. Habit number 13, use high-quality spark plugs only. Spark plugs don't just ignite fuel. They protect the entire combustion process. As plugs wear, spark weakens. That leads to incomplete combustion, misfires, excess heat, and raw fuel damaging the catalytic converter. Power drops, fuel economy falls, and internal stress rises. Many long-life plugs fail far earlier in real driving conditions, especially in turbocharged or direct injection engines where heat and carbon buildup are higher. Cheap plugs make it worse. Always use manufacturer-approved high-quality plugs and replace them early, not late. A clean, strong spark keeps combustion controlled. Weak sparks slowly kill engines. Habit number 12, replace the fuel filter on time. The fuel filter is the engine's last line of defense against contamination. Over time, it fills with dirt, rust, and debris from the tank. As it clogs, fuel flow drops and pressure becomes unstable. The engine runs lean under load, injectors strain, and the fuel pump works harder than designed. Most drivers never notice until hesitation, stalling, or misfires appear. By then, damage is already spreading through the system. Replacing the fuel filter at regular intervals keeps injectors clean and fuel delivery stable. A restricted filter doesn't just reduce performance, it shortens engine life. Habit number 11, flush brake fluid regularly. Brake fluid is often ignored because it doesn't wear out visibly, but it absorbs moisture slowly every year. As water content rises, the fluid's boiling point drops and internal corrosion begins. Brake lines rust from the inside, calipers stick, master cylinders fail early. Under hard braking, overheated fluid can boil, causing sudden loss of braking power. That's not just dangerous, it's a vehicle killer waiting to happen. Flushing brake fluid every 2 to 3 years removes moisture and restores proper pressure. Always use the correct fluid type for your car. Clean brake fluid keeps control systems reliable long-term. Habit number 10. Protect the differential and transfer case. The differential and transfer case work under extreme pressure every time you accelerate, turn, or tow. Yet most owners never service them. Over time, gear oil breaks down and fills with metal particles. Bearings lose lubrication. Gears begin to wear unevenly. The first sign is usually a faint whine, followed by vibration, then failure. By that point, repair costs are massive. Changing gear oil at proper intervals removes debris and restores protection before damage starts. Vehicles used for towing, off-road driving, or all-wheel drive need service even sooner. Ignoring these components doesn't save money, it guarantees expensive failure. Habit number 9, replace the PCV valve before it fails. The PCV valve controls pressure inside the engine. When it sticks or clogs, pressure builds rapidly and forces oil past seals and gaskets. Oil consumption increases, smoke appears. Leaks form where none existed before. Most drivers keep adding oil without realizing a simple valve is causing the loss. Left unchecked, excess pressure can blow seals and create major leaks that require costly repairs. The PCV valve rarely triggers warning lights and often fails quietly. Replacing it at regular intervals keeps crankcase pressure stable and oil where it belongs. One small valve can determine whether an engine stays sealed or slowly destroys itself. Habit number 8, clean the mass airflow sensor. The mass airflow sensor tells the engine exactly how much air is entering the intake. When it gets dirty, the readings become inaccurate and the engine delivers the wrong fuel mixture. That leads to hesitation, rough idle, poor fuel economy, and long-term combustion problems. Many drivers replace the sensor when cleaning would have fixed it. Dirt and oil buildup slowly coat the sensor element, especially in dusty environments or engines with oiled air filters. Regular cleaning restores accurate airflow readings and smooth operation. A dirty sensor doesn't just affect performance. It causes long-term imbalance that slowly wears internal engine components. Habit number 7. Align the wheels more often than you think. Wheel alignment doesn't just affect tires. It affects everything connected to them. When alignment is off, tires scrub against the road instead of rolling cleanly. That extra resistance stresses suspension components, steering parts, and wheel bearings. Fuel economy drops and tires wear unevenly long before they should. Most drivers wait until the steering wheel pulls or tires are visibly damaged. By then, wear is already locked in. Checking alignment regularly, especially after potholes or rough roads, keeps the vehicle tracking straight and reduces long-term strain. Proper alignment protects tires, suspension, and steering systems from silent, unnecessary damage. Habit number 6. Never rev a cold engine. Cold revving is one of the fastest ways to shorten engine life. When the engine is cold, oil is thick and hasn't fully reached critical components like camshafts, bearings, and turbochargers. Revving the engine before oil pressure stabilizes causes metal-on-metal contact at high speed. That wear doesn't show up immediately, but it permanently scars internal parts. Over time, clearances widen, oil consumption rises, and compression drops. The correct approach is simple. Start the engine, let it idle briefly, then drive gently until temperatures rise. Cold engines need time, not throttle. Impatience here costs engines years of life. Habit number 5. Avoid excessive idling. Idling feels harmless, but it slowly wears engines from the inside. At idle, oil pressure is lower and combustion is inefficient. Unburned fuel can wash oil from cylinder walls and create carbon buildup in the intake system. Over time, valve components and piston rings suffer. Long idle periods also accelerate wear on cooling systems and exhaust components without providing any mileage benefit. Modern engines warm up faster and more evenly when driven gently rather than left running. Reducing unnecessary idling preserves lubrication, improves combustion efficiency, and limits carbon accumulation. Engines designed to move do not age well when left running in place. Habit number 4. Wash the undercarriage regularly. Rust doesn't start where you can see it, it starts underneath, where moisture, salt, and grime collect and stay trapped. Road salt accelerates corrosion on brake lines, fuel lines, suspension mounts, and frame components. Mud and dirt hold moisture against bare metal, allowing rust to spread quietly for years. By the time a problem is visible, structural damage may already be severe. Regular undercarriage washing removes corrosive buildup before it can eat away at critical parts. This habit is especially important in winter climates, coastal areas, and dirt road driving. A clean underside protects the vehicle's structure and extends its usable life. Habit number 3, keep battery terminals clean. Battery corrosion doesn't look serious, but it creates electrical resistance that strains the entire system. As corrosion builds on the terminals, voltage drops, and the alternator works harder to compensate. Sensors receive unstable power, starting becomes inconsistent, and electrical faults appear without warning. Many batteries get replaced unnecessarily when the real issue is dirty connections. Heat and short trips accelerate corrosion buildup, even on newer vehicles. Cleaning the terminals regularly restores proper current flow and prevents false electrical problems. Strong electrical connections protect starting systems, charging components, and sensitive electronics. Ignoring battery terminals turns small electrical issues into chronic failures. Habit number 2, pay attention to unusual sounds. Engines and drivetrains warn you before they fail. Most drivers just choose not to listen. A new tick, clunk, whine, or squeal is rarely harmless. These sounds usually indicate wear, misalignment, or lubrication problems starting to develop. Catching them early often means a simple repair. Ignoring them allows damage to spread to surrounding components. What could have been a small fix becomes a major failure. Turning up the radio doesn't solve the problem. Driving with awareness does. A healthy vehicle sounds smooth and consistent. When that sound changes, it's a warning. Listening early protects every system tied to that noise. Habit number 1, track every maintenance event. The longest-lasting vehicles all have one thing in common. Nothing is forgotten. When maintenance isn't tracked, services get delayed, parts are missed, and small problems quietly turn into major failures. Memory isn't reliable over years of ownership. A simple log creates consistency and accountability. Recording dates, mileage, and services helps identify patterns before damage occurs. It also prevents duplicate work and protects resale value. More importantly, it keeps critical systems from being neglected. Engines don't die from mileage alone. They die from missed care. Tracking maintenance turns random repairs into a controlled plan, and that's how vehicles reach extreme mileage. Engines that reach 500,000 miles don't do it by luck. They survive because someone made better decisions when it mattered. Every habit you just heard prevents a failure that takes thousands of engines off the road every year. Skip one, and the damage compounds. Follow them consistently, and your car stops aging like a disposable machine and starts lasting like a tool built to endure. Mileage doesn't kill engines. Neglect does. Treat your car like something you plan to keep, and it will return the favor mile after mile.